Okay. Welcome. James Hickle Sounds Like Videos. Today, as in the description, we're talking about MSHSAA. MSHSAA just put out a post. I need to remember to silence my phone because it just told me I went live. So, if you're jumping on here just a little late, MSHSAA put out a statement yesterday. You can actually go to their website and look at this. Basically, it is an announcement about their August meeting that they have, and it does list some particulars in there. So, last month they put out an 8-page guideline for returning to school and what was going to be allowed, what was not. The big one in there that I've talked a lot about is the in school and what you're allowed to do in school, out of school, versus in their 8-page guideline, it makes it very clear that if you're not in school, you can't have sports. You can't have face-to-face. You can't have sports. So, all the schools have been moving forward as if they're going to have schools. I know that all the schools that we have covered as far as live streaming are moving forward. We are now seeing schools and areas basically saying they're not going to have sports at all. I think up in Lafayette County, Lexington, I think I posted this on my newsfeed, and maybe you can go back and look. Yeah, I did. They have suspended fall sports. So, kind of a deal there. Bad for those kids, obviously. So, what does all this mean? MSHSAA calls this meeting, and in their description of what this meeting will be about, they're going to discuss several different topics. Let's get this one out of the way. It does say on this postponement of fall activities. So that's an option that they're considering. I'll come back to this one. Don't get too worried. Also, the ability for schools that are not offering in-face the opportunity to still have sports. We're gonna go over this one a lot and why. And then those were the two main points on there. I don't see anything else other than it just says a bunch of stuff that you would normally see there. But these are the two main points. Excuse me, sorry about that. So, first off, this is one thing they have to consider, postponing fall sports altogether. Right now, yes, Missouri is kind of in the red zone as far as hotspots as far as the coronavirus. A lot of people have heard my personal opinion on there. I've even said it on these live streams that I think this is overblown, and that nationwide, statewide, we're not handling this properly. I think it's made out to be a little worse than what it is. This has been my condition for a long time, and I base this on information we have now. So, survival rate is very high. It's never been under 90%. I know people like to debate this back and forth online, and I try not to get involved in this, but the truth is, hey, the survival rate has never been below 90%. And that's very high. If you are older, yes, the survival rate is lower. But as you get older, your survival rate drops. If you get the common cold, if you break your leg, if those statistics consistently go down as you get older. So I'm not going to get too much on that. Let's get back to postponing fall sports. In order for that to happen, what would it take? I think the infection rate would have to skyrocket really, very, really high in order for that to happen. I know that the news does a very good job at reporting every time somebody gets a case of COVID. I think they overblow it. I won't get too much into that, but yeah, I think that we have to be extremely high. We're talking probably a situation like for example, Henry County. There is 22,000 people in the county. Right now, I think we're tracking there's been 65, maybe 70 cases. I mean, that is a very low percentage. And those who, and then I think they tested upwards close to 3,000. These aren't the actual numbers. I didn't bring this information up, but I think those numbers would have to be a lot higher than that. We're talking probably into the thousands. In an area of 21, let's just say 21,000. If we were getting up within a week's time, jumping 1,000, 2,000, then yeah, I think if that was statewide, MSHSAA would probably have to truly entertain shutting down sports altogether. So, curious, why does it say on here that they're going to discuss postponing fall sports and then also allowing schools that are not going to have in-school or face-to-face virtual learning, allow them to potentially have sports? Okay, so this last week, and I think we're getting this from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Okay, St. Louis County. St. Louis County's health department, Sam Page, who is the director over there, I believe that's his proper term, Sam Page, issued a statement basically saying all the schools in the county should go 100% virtual, no in class. St. Louis County. I don't know if you're familiar with St. Louis County and where it is, but basically the Missouri River that goes through and splits St. Louis almost in half is the dividing line between St. Charles and St. Louis. I've actually got a map up here that I'm looking at. St. Louis County dips to the south of the river, and St. Charles to the north. And this makes up probably the largest part of St. Louis. Now, if St. Louis is not participating in any, or can't participate in any sports according to MSHSAA's 8-page guidelines, no in class, no sports. That is, oh my goodness, how many different school districts? Just in St. Louis County. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're talking close to 20 schools. No sports. And St. Charles, which just sits to the north, I did go and check. St. Charles School District, or which one did I check on? Okay, but anyway, basically the schools in St. Charles, it doesn't look like, if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me in the comments below, because this information changes constantly. St. Charles County are still going to go to in-school and or a mix of virtual for the most part. That's a blanket vague statement, yes, I know. But in St. Louis County, Sam Page has recommended that they go 100% virtual. That being said, there are some very large school districts in St. Louis County with very good athletic programs. That being said, I would say that they have a lot of influence on what MSHSAA does. There's a lot of good schools over there, sports-wise, in St. Louis, and then also in St. Charles. So what we could be seeing here is a little bit of influence from that part of the state. Also, what they do in St. Louis could also affect what they do in Franklin or Jefferson County or St. Charles. Just because this is the city of St. Louis, they have a lot of influence, basically what it comes down to. And, when you have influence, there's money involved as well. Not to say that I'm not saying that MSHSAA is being paid off or anything like that. I'm just saying that's just the way things are. Kansas City is, it looks like they're leaning towards more virtual as well. And if that's the case, the biggest school districts in the state of Missouri are probably putting a little pressure on MSHSAA to say, hey, look. And I know, especially in our own area, because I talk to a lot of people and read a lot of stuff online, especially how our community feels about limiting or suspending sports. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it suspended. So I would say that because of these large school districts that have a lot of influence, that's why this is on this agenda. So moving forward, there are some. Okay, moving forward, I'm going to go into a little bit of protection. I say this. This is what I'm seeing based on conversations and just general tone of what I'm hearing. I'm going to guess that MSHSAA is going to err on the side of caution. They always do. Schools always do. Usually a little too much